Welcome to the Board Game Community Show. I'm your host, Riley Stark. Join me as I get to know folks in this community. They could be designers or streamers, podcasters, YouTubers, publishers, whatever. Really anything with an "er" at the end of its title is welcome here on the Board Game Community Show. Welcome back to the Board Game Community Show. It has been a long while since I've had a new guest on, and I'm really excited to have Marcus Shepard from Foyo Games. How you doing?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Actually, there are no guys, but you guys out there in listening land.
Yeah, let's pause and wait for them to respond. Oh, I'm glad to hear you're doing so well. Or, oh, I'm so sorry about your loss. I don't know. Let's try to account for every possible answer.
All potential scenarios.
Yeah. So Marcus and I actually met from doing Board Game Insights, which we do over on Josh, the Board Game Captain's channel. And he was our guest last month. Is that right?
Yeah, last month.
So,
shout out to Board Game Grand. What's up?
Yes.
Shout
Board
out
Game
to Board
Grand
Game
is
Captain.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really fun. It was fun getting to know you. After everybody had gone and left, you and I just hung out and we chatted for probably like 40 minutes or so.
We should have recorded it. Could have been another episode or something.
I know. Honestly, at a certain point, I was like, I should just record this because this is fun.
Messed up.
Yeah. So why don't you tell me a little bit about, or why don't you tell them, the listeners, I'm rusty, see this? And I'm not even going to edit most of this out, so hey. But why don't you go ahead and tell the listeners what you do? YouTube, eBay, all that. Design.
Okay, so YouTube, I've been YouTubing about 6 months now, I would say. And pretty much, how did that start? Why did that start? How did that start? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, for some reason, it just started. And yeah, pretty much I do a lot of... I started out kind of doing like how to play games, games that aren't quite out yet. I would do like print and plays for like... I mostly do a lot of card games, TCGs, trading card games, but then I'll do some board games here and there, do a lot of unboxings. And then like I was telling you before, like I also sell on eBay. So then I kind of started them out at the same time, like doing like a eBay channel and doing board games at the same time. But then I kind of split them up. But I say that to say that I have like a lot of unopened board games and card games. So I kind of open them on the channel. And hey, easy content.
Oh, yeah, right? People love box openings.
People like box openings.
So, I love watching a lot of your videos. I went through and kind of clicked random ones and ones that I was interested in. And I love your... like your personality really comes through in them, and humor. Like one of them, I think you were doing almost like 90s or 80s cartoon style intro of like singing a song.
Oh yeah. That was a big one. That was what song was that? Oh yeah, Captain Planet, I believe. Probably Captain Planet intro.
I think so. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But you were like changing the words to be like for what was the game for?
Man, it's that's one of those unreleased games, one of those trading card games. Sorcery Contested Realm. Sorcery Contested Realm. I think that's the highest like TCG Kickstarter ever.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. Still unreleased as of yet, but coming soon, I think though.
Hopefully, right?
Hopefully. After about probably 3 more delays, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. I see that happening all the time. Like Trudvang. I forget how you
Oh
say
yeah,
it.
that's that Eric Lang, right?
Did he do that? I
That's
know it was
Simon,
Come
right?
On. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
that's the one. I think that's the one. That's like it's like a very app based game,
oh
worker
man, I don't
placement.
even know. But I know it has lots of miniatures. I mean, very Simon, right? Like, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's been like delay after delay, so it's been 4 or more years since it
Oh
kickstarted.
man, 4 years. It's horrible. I'm glad I didn't back that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
just catch
Yeah.
the retail copy on that one.
I've been really lucky. Even with the pandemic, I haven't had any severely delayed games. I mean, like a few months late or not. Everything's been like under a year late.
Man, yeah, I'm still waiting on this one game, Ophidian Arena slash they even changed the whole name of the game. Now it's called Arena Verse. It's terrible. It's been going on at least 3 years now. And the
Oh
bad part
no.
about it, yeah, and the bad part about it is like they've already really got the game made because it's really just like they got the Ophidian from back in the 90s, then they got the Ophidian 2350 or something, which is this one. And like they already have like 6 of the decks, but they just need to make more stuff. It's crazy.
Oh,
I really
man.
don't get it. I really don't get it. Yep, and the radio silent too. That's kind of the bad part. But what?
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, is when you're
yeah.
like, give us an update, and yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
I get a little
Ridiculous.
antsy when it goes more than like a month or two
Yeah.
without an
Yeah.
update. I'm like, you working on it? How's it going? I know that there's definitely like, even an update that's just like, we're waiting on art, or we're waiting on production copies. We're waiting on this.
Yeah.
Like that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, at least lie to us. Come on, give us something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Lie to us. Make us feel good.
Yeah.
Acknowledge you're still at least present enough to lie to us.
Something. Man.
So anyways, yeah, so you've got your YouTube, you've got, I think it's Foyo Games and Foyo Flips is for the eBay, right?
Correct.
Nice.
Yep.
And then it was your eBay. I was trying to find
eBay.
your eBay shop, but I'm not good at eBay. Like, is it just Foyo Games or?
Oh, the eBay, it's Shep 304. Well, eBay's kind of strange with the naming, but I think actually on the eBay, the name of the eBay I think is My Trap House.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, My Trap House. I don't really promote it or anything, but it's there though. My Trap House.
Yeah.
If you want to check something out, I got like 5,000 items up right now, and like it used to be way easier to put up items, but it's kind of a tedious process nowadays to put up items.
Really?
Yeah, it's like they want all these item specifics. Like I've kind of been in it heavy for about 3 years now. And then like ever since I've started, it's like they just keep on adding item specific. So it's like before there used to be like a quick listing tool. You can just list something real fast. Quick listing tool, like the name says.
Yeah.
But now it's like you just gotta have all these item specifics, and they won't let you finalize the listing without putting in these item specifics. It's kind of a mess.
Oh,
What do you do?
gee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been doing that for 3 years. What got you into eBay selling?
So pretty much, and I mean, you want the long story or the short story?
Give it to us. Let's hear the long story. I'm curious. I don't think I've ever had a guest on here that does eBay. So,
Hey, first time for everything. Okay,
Yeah.
So pretty much a long story. So like I was in Dallas, and then I was gonna I was just having a really rough time finding a teaching job. So I got certified to teach all this stuff or whatever, but just kind of had a tough time getting a teaching job. So then there was a guy in like the oil field area, Texas. He was going to give me a teaching job. So I was going to move out there. But then but anyway, my grandma, she had a stroke and a seizure. So then I just went ahead and came out and helped her out because she was going to either lose her house, like if nobody came and stayed with her. So instead of going out to Oilfield, Texas, I came out here and I'm caretaking for her. And at the same time, this is something I can do while I'm doing that. So
Yeah.
it kind of works out.
Well, that's cool of you. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened, of course, but you know,
Yeah.
life. So, what kind of teacher were you going to be?
So I really got certified for everything, like from kindergarten up to 8th grade, like as a generalist, and then I got some English as a second language, and I got some more certifications. I think I had like math EC through 6 or something, but I'm just going for pretty much anything K through 8, pretty much.
Nice. That's awesome. My wife does 2nd grade, so I always get excited, and I think it's so crazy to me because this will segue right into the next part, but so many people who have like teaching backgrounds or who are teachers are in this space playing games and also designing games, and I'm always fascinated how many designers are like, oh, I teach, or I'm a teacher, you know, like it blows my mind. So you have been designing games.
Oh yeah, I've been designing some games. Have yet to come out with any, but just did a first playtest last night of my latest one. So feel pretty good about that.
Nice. Do you want to talk about it? Can you share deets?
Oh yeah, got a little deets. So pretty much it's kind of a lot like Keyforge, but kind of more using like more of a standard 52 card deck of cards, kind of like, but not really, but kind of like that. So
yeah.
That's
awesome. How was the playtest?
Playtest went pretty well. It was with a gentleman who worked at my local game store, so he was actually on break when he tested it with me. So I kind of got that big front loading of rules. He got it. Then we played a little bit. Then he had to get off of work and go back to work. So yeah, but pretty much he said what he liked and didn't like, and like he didn't like hardly anything and pretty much liked everything. So hopefully I can meet up with him like maybe next week and try to get a real whole game in.
Yeah. Yep.
And speaking of that, my Little Rock game designer group, this freaking pandemic, like there was a point when after the pandemic, we were all good before the pandemic. Then the pandemic came, and then we started doing like Zoom meetings over Facebook, and then that kind of fell off after a while, and then we just haven't come together again. So maybe with this, I can just really get everybody back together, but we'll see though.
Yeah. I should send you an invite do you use Discord at all?
Man, I'm just really no good at Discord, but yeah, I use it a little bit. Yeah.
It's tricky, but I have a design group here. Like we've got the Board Game Design Guild here in Utah, and they're really awesome. And we've been like having people from outside of Utah come in as well. And because, you know, with so many different ways of playtesting online and being able to just communicate online, it's like, why close it off to Utah?
Oh yeah, man! Like my Dallas group, like I met up with them via Discord and all that, probably like 2 times. But I guess I'm the tactile guy. I really like it in my hands.
Oh yeah.
But what do you do? You gotta do something in lieu of something else. So
yeah. Oh, exactly. And I mean, that's like the love of board games from us all, right? Like we love playing with toys, essentially. Like we love the feel of things in our hands. So I guess thematically, you said that it's like using a deck of 52 cards. Is it 52 cards in there?
It's actually like probably going to be like 3 of those 52 card. Well, like, you know, like the conventional diamond, heart, spade, club type of deal, but there'll probably be like 150 or something, kind of like a deck building / TCG type of thing. Just kind of got to put it all together. Yeah, something like Keyforge. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel funny because like I asked that, and I know because you showed me the huge stack of cards that you had.
Oh yeah.
And some of the things on them. So it looked really cool. I like the concept. But what is it? A 2-player game, like a 1v1, or how's it play?
Yeah, I was thinking, like of course, just starting with the 1v1, but then I was thinking it could be 4-player free for all type of deal or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, probably it'll scale up to, but just making sure right now. Starting with the 1v1 right now.
Much easier to balance 1v1 than like
Oh yeah.
a free for all
yeah.
for 4 players, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, that sounds like a mess to me.
Certainly.
And thematically, what is it?
Thematically,
Or is it
yeah,
kind of
still,
open?
yeah, kind of open. Still just kind of trying to gonna let the mechanics kind of dictate the story or whatnot.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
cool.
yep, yep.
That's yeah, it's a good way to be. I always find sometime, even for a lot of designers that make their games, if they get too focused on the theme, then sometimes the mechanics suffer, or I don't know. Sometimes the theme just kind of comes in.
Oh yeah. So the playtester last night he was saying like because in the game you've got the mana, the resources or whatever, the land is like they're pieces of metal or whatever. You got the copper, you start with the copper, then you can sacrifice some copper to make a silver, then you can sacrifice some silver to make a gold. So he said, so are they working in a mine? So maybe I could do something like that. They're miners or treasure diggers or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Something like that, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. See, and I think that's cool that it's like you're open to just exploring and seeing what fills in the spot and hearing what people think. Like, what do you think this kind of fits into? And have you done more designs? Have you done any other designs?
Yeah, like so in this pretty much since the pandemic, I've done less than before the pandemic, but we actually did have a game jam. I guess Game Jam 2021, I think it was. Game Jam 2021. I'm looking at my little sticker over there. Game Jam 2020, I didn't do anything. That was mostly like a online, no, I mean just a computer based one. And then I've never designed anything like on the computer. But 2021, I made a game like over the course of 1 week. So never really even got to play test that one. But yeah, so I mean, matter of fact, I've got them written on the wall. So I've got like eight series designs right now that I need to finish. But yep.
Very cool. That's awesome. What are your plans for them? Do you have any plans at this point? Do you think like crowdfunding or pitch them to publishers?
Right now, really, to be honest, is just finish one. That's my goal right now, to finish one. Yeah. Hopefully this latest one. Yeah. Oh yeah, finish it.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you were thinking. Some people get ahead of themselves and they're like, I'm ready. I'm going Kickstarter right away. But keep it open. So
man, I think I want to say that I was listening to one of your shows, and you said Tabletop Simulator is pretty easy for you to operate, right? Well, I mean not operate, but design on.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I haven't used it in a while because they did some kind of iffy things with like the trans community. And so
what is that, pray tell?
So another actually, did I get into that on the show? But I had a guest, Zoe Allred, and she had like an incident where she was in their chat and was saying something just like, "Oh, I'm trans," and like, or "I'm gay" type thing, and it was like blocking her and kicking her out of games or chat or whatever it was. And I'm probably butchering this. It's been several months. And
yeah, sometimes they just set up those kind of crazy filters, and it's like, why do they set up the filters like that? I don't know.
Yeah, and so she was wondering if that's what it was, but then like way worse things were being allowed, and it was saying like a specific moderator was kicking her out. and banning her.
Crazy.
And she like tried to appeal it, and they were like, well, you're sharing fantasies or fetishes. And it was like, oh, like my sexuality isn't a fetish. Like my identity isn't a fetish. Like I'm just saying, like a gay pride type thing.
Yeah,
So
that's ridiculous.
yeah, so I don't know. I need to check in with her, but it is a good tool. There's other ones too, like oh shoot, what is it called?
Oh, the Tabletopia or the
Yeah,
tabletop
Tabletopia is a good one. But that
tabletop
one
playground or something.
That's the one, yeah. Tabletop Playground.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people switch to that one and really like it. Say it's got a lot of similarities. And it's free.
Okay.
Which is
I need
nice
to get on the
thing.
good foot.
Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely good things out there. And maybe tabletop simulators come around. I don't know. It would be nice if they have.
Yeah,
but
they need to put out a public statement or something.
Yeah, and they like donated money, but then they didn't like change their moderators or address it within their community. They just like
Weird.
We're donating money, but I don't know.
Okay, so you must not be a fan of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, not a huge fan of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but the chicken is so good though.
I'm not gonna lie, it is. Like, here in Utah, it's huge, and I'm really glad some of my family, so that I can be less guilty of it. No, they gave us some like Chick-fil-A sauce, which that Chick-fil-A sauce is so good. So we just make our own fried chicken and use that sauce until it'll be gone, and maybe they'll buy us more. But
I mean, if you want to give me another gift, this sauce wouldn't have it. I can't buy it myself, but if you want to do it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's iffy too, I guess. But whatever. Like, I didn't ask for it, so.
Perfectly acceptable.
Yeah. But anyways, I wanted to ask you how you got into gaming in the first place.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. How did I get into gaming in the first place? Okay. Yeah. So, of course, like as a kid, that doesn't count. But I mean, everybody likes all the candy lands and everything. That's always fun. Love going to like cousins' houses and playing Monopoly. Being the only kid and everything, I didn't get to do too much of that. But that was always great.
Did you play with the like older kids or adults or something?
Yeah, the older kids. I had some cousins, like they got siblings and stuff. That was always fun going over there playing with them sometimes.
Oh, cool.
But it was a rarity. But yeah, always a welcome rarity. And then, yeah, I mean, games are, and then I got a group of friends. We used to play little games, but that didn't really count. Just a lot of basic Monopoly and stuff, Pokemon Monopoly. And then where it kind of really started was I used to play back in like 2015, 2016 when the poker craze really hit. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2005 or something, I think it was, the Texas Hold'em and everything. And then I used to go to I was just poker all the time. So, and then just one night there was like the free poker tournament or whatever at like a bar. And then one day they were playing the game Bang.
Oh,
you know that game Bang?
Yeah.
Bang. And it kind of seems like that's a big old gateway game. But that was kind of really my gateway game. Then I played that, and then like I bought that and then played that a few times. But I really didn't know like it was really a whole hobby like that. So like I just had Bang, and then it's like the only game I got. But then some years later, I just happened to be at this place, and then my friend, then I met this guy. He happened to be playing Citadels, and it was a magical experience. Oh man, the Citadels was crazy. Like, and then he showed us how the Citadels went, and then, like I say, like in my intro video, the variable player powers, those butterscotch fantasy flight tokens, the freaking the varying in-game conditions. It was just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And then pretty much ever since then I've been hooked on it. So
oh, that's awesome. I don't think I've had anyone say Bang for their intro game, but as you said that, I remember playing that with my group way back in the day, and we played things like Ticket to Ride and what's the other one? Catan, right? But what pushed me to go to the game store was we played Bang, and I was like, I have to get this. And so I went to a game store and then started exploring all the other ones. So, and that was like, Bang was the first one I actually bought. So,
oh yeah,
dang.
me too, definitely.
Yeah,
that is great. I've heard a couple of other people say that too, but nothing like Catan level, but still almost on that level. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a fun like party. You can play that with a bigger group than you can Catan and Ticket to Ride.
Oh yeah.
So always
party,
nice.
Get in, get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great one.
So what are your favorite games now?
My favorite now still is Champions of Midgard. You heard of that one?
Yeah. Well, you told me about that. I haven't actually played it.
Oh yeah, Champions of Midgard is great. You've got so pretty much it's a worker placement, and there's 8 rounds, and so everybody has a little personal tableau that can hold 8 Viking dice, and everybody's got a special power. And every round, if somebody doesn't fight the troll that's up top, then everybody gets a blame. And then the blame gets you negative points at the end of the game. Most points wins the game. A lot of crazy worker placement spots, and you roll the dice and fight different kind of monsters, Draugr and trolls and crap and sea creatures. It's crazy. I love it.
That's cool. Yeah, I love a good theme, and that sounds like a fun theme. I feel like I've heard people talk about that before, and I've always been interested, but I don't think I've ever seen it at a store I've gone to.
Yep, I mean, it's a lot like Lords of Waterdeep, but I would say cooler with the dice and everything.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
We love Lords of Waterdeep here. My wife and I played that for the first time this summer and bought it. So, yeah, I would love to get something that maybe like takes that even a step further for her.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, of course.
Man. And then, okay, so second favorite game. I guess my favorite after that used to be, man, what is that Feld? What is that big Feld game? I forget. The big Stefan Feld game. I haven't played in so long.
Castles of Burgundy?
Castles of Burgundy, yeah. How could I forget it? Yeah. Castles of Burgundy, oh yeah.
That's the only one of his I played.
Yeah. It's the best one. But yeah, that one is great. I put a lot of non-gamers onto that one, and they really love that one. And then probably third. Oh.
Did you back the new one? The updated edition or anything?
I didn't get it. I mean, I haven't played the older one in quite a while, so.
Yeah.
And I'd rather probably just get another game myself.
That's fair. Yeah. All right.
That's the kind of guy I am.
I like it. Go ahead. Your third one?
Third one, probably that Citadel still.
Oh, yeah.
That Citadel is great, yeah.
I've never played it, and I always hear people just raving about it, so I need to get it.
Nice, good game length, and just nice, meaty, strategic. I like it.
Yeah. Nice.
But, I mean, it's more of a, like, these are my all-time favorites. Probably not my current favorites, but, like, the all-time that I really appreciate all-time. Yeah.
What's a current favorite?
A current favorite. That's a good one. Man, I really like that. I've only played it once, but they're doing Imperium. That's great.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've only played it once, too. And it was, when I finished, I was kind of like, yeah, that was fun. I don't know. And then the next day I woke up and I was like still thinking about it. And it just got better and better the more I thought about it, because I was like, I could have done this option. I could have gone this way. I could have done this strategy. And I was like, there's so much to this game.
Yep. And haven't even gotten to the expansion yet. So
yeah,
I know there's a lot more to love. Yeah.
Yeah. The people we played it with actually have the expansion, and they haven't played it with the expansion yet. So they're like, we keep meaning to, but we know the game as it is right now. And eventually we'll, learn the expansion. But are you like an expansion person? Do you like getting the expansions?
Man, there's a story with that too. Like I used to be, like I say, I was always the guy like, why get a why get something else for the same game when you can just get a whole new game, a whole new experience?
Oh,
But then my friend, he bought me that expansion to the Champions of Midgard, the Dark Mountains. And then since then, I've been all about the expansions.
Nice.
They can add so much to the experience. So yeah.
Well, there's that other one that's like all expansions. What's the Fantasy Flight one? The
all expansions, Fantasy Flight. Not Network.
You do a lot of videos on it.
I do a lot of videos on it. Keyforge?
Keyforge. Yeah.
Keyforge, yeah.
Keyforge,
I mean,
all expansions.
Oh, yeah. Most TCGs are pretty much all expansions, so yeah.
True.
Yeah, well, TCGs.
Yeah. On that one, is that one TCG? Like, is that one you could literally just buy any pack and jump into it?
Yeah, like it's not like TCG trading card game. You can't really trade Keyforge because Keyforge is just all like you buy one deck and then you can't swap anything out. That's the deck you're stuck with. But you can always buy like millions of decks though. So, but Keyforge, they'll come out with a new set every year or so, and then like a kind of different card pool or whatever. But everything is legal, so you can always play from any of the 5 current sets. And then we got a new one coming. The game was really up in the air for like a while if it was going to come back, but then somebody bought it and then they sold it, so it's back now. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
Back in action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. There's a not a Kickstarter, but there's a game found coming for it in a few days now. So.
Oh man.
I'll be back in. Yeah. Yep. I'll be back in for like the $150 level. I'm sure.
Oh nice.
Yep. I think I got a couple of friends. From the local Keyforge group. I do Keyforge Wednesdays. They're gonna actually back for the $700 level, which is crazy to me. But I mean, if you got it, you got it.
Gee, I thought for sure the 150 was going to be the highest level, but no.
Yeah. Kind of like Board Game Captain and his Leviathan game that he's backing at the $700 level. But yeah.
When you love something, you can justify it.
Yeah, perfectly justifiable.
Yeah, I hate to admit this, especially on air, but I backed the Marvel Zombicide all in.
Okay, so what all came with that Marvel Zombicide?
It has that like 2-foot Galactus figure, and then hundreds of minis and content and expansions that I'll probably never play. But I like miniature painting, so I also justify it there, where like I will have a lot of miniatures to paint that I won't ever get to finish painting all of those, I'm sure.
The life of a gamer. Or the life of a painter, rather. The life of a painter.
Both, I suppose. Kind of go hand in hand. Yeah.
Man, so speaking of painting, so I just got Battletech. I intend to actually sit down and paint those. So I bought this paint that's like a base and something else. But what else do you think I need? Maybe it's that base and layer, maybe. But anyway, like you paint it with that, and then what else do you do after that?
You've got to seal it after. So there's like sealing, you can just buy a can. Shoot, I can't remember what. I've only sealed like 2 of my like sets that I've painted because it always smells really bad, so I can't do it while my wife's at home, and then it's usually you can't do it when it's too cold, and so if I can't do it too early in the morning, and I don't think you can do it when it's too hot either. Otherwise, it can like do little cracks in your miniature, like give cracked looks.
Okay.
There's trickiness.
Too complicated.
To it, but I know, right?
Yeah.
But like, if
rather
you can
just play a game, honestly.
Yeah. And I haven't had any problems yet, but like, it's just to protect it from the oils on your fingers and whatnot after you're finished painting. But yeah, watering down your paints was the biggest advice that I finally took, and it helps so much. Like, so you just like dab it you'll like put a little paint on there, dab it in water just a little bit, and then like brush it off just a hair, dry it a little bit, and then put it on, and it smooths the paint so that it doesn't look all gloppy on there.
Okay, and that's why you need the wet palette, quote unquote, right?
That's an amazing thing for it. Like, yeah, the wet palette, and it's pretty cheap. It's like $10. I think you can buy a decent wet palette that'll close, and then
Okay.
that also preserves your paints too.
Okay.
I'm not a pro painter at all, but my buddy is. He like gets paid to paint all the time. He never
Okay.
doesn't have multiple jobs that he's doing at once. So
Yeah, I can imagine, it's very in demand.
yeah, and lucrative, man. If you're good at it, I think even if you're decent at it, people will pay you to do it because, like, which would you rather be doing? Would you rather be painting or playing a game? Like, I could just send off all of my Marvel United figures and pay somebody a couple $100 or whatever, and that one would probably be like $1,000 to get everything painted. But and then they send it back and I can play. I don't have to actually spend that time. So, and then you've got this beautiful set. I love it. But I like painting them too.
Okay.
I know that Josh, Board Game Captain, he paints his BattleTech stuff.
Yeah, I saw some of his jobs. There were some pretty nice jobs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you got me talking painting. Now, but back to you. This is what it's all about, man.
What it's all about.
So, there's so many different Kickstarters coming out right now, or just generally crowdfunding games. Are there any of your other ones you're excited about?
Man, like I said, still waiting 3 years plus to get this freaking Ophidian Arena. They need to give us an update. That's one of those TCG ones again too, but like a LCG one rather, living card game type of deal. And then they got this one. Man, I can't even keep up with the names of them. But I just got one in the mail yesterday. Got a lot of TCGs. I do a bunch of TCGs.
Is that your jam?
Yeah, that's my jam. I mean, I like them both, but I've actually got a 2-player Tuesday group out here in Little Rock. So if you're like in the Little Rock area, like any kind of 2-player game, war game, abstract or whatever, nobody really hardly ever comes out. Like I'll get a person 1/3 of the time.
Oh,
but,
really?
Yeah, but when nobody comes, I usually just work on my design. So
that's cool.
Kind of a win-win. But yeah, there's so many Kickstarters. Let me see if I can actually find the folder on my desktop.
That's really cool though that you have like do you just kind of post up at a local game store and then if people come, perfect. If not, you just work on your stuff?
Yeah, so I made the group. It's been going on like half a year. Like every Tuesday I go to Game Goblins in Little Rock, Arkansas. Please show up, please, before I stop doing it. But and then I made a Facebook group for it, and then I got like the poster on the little bulletin board, stuck to the bulletin board, and then I kind of tried to go like around town, but Little Rock's kind of a small city with kind of not that many places to stick up your promotional stuff. Yeah. And then I got these little, and then I made up these promotional cards, like business cards that look like Pokemon cards. Let me dig one of those out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're not really on video, so I can't show you what they look like, but I got them, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of look like Pokemon cards, yeah.
Hey, you can show me. I'll ooh and ah at it.
And
then the listeners can just be jealous that they don't get to actually see it, you know?
You get jelly. Yeah, got these
oh my gosh, that full on looks like a Pokemon card.
Full on Pokemon cards, kind of hard.
2-player Tuesdays.
It's 2-player Tuesdays.
Oh my
Game
gosh.
Goblins.
That's rad.
Oh yeah. Keep them right in the wallet. All right, let me see these Kickstarters. Man, Mage Noir. I got a bunch of TCG type of Kickstarters coming. So Mage Noir. The thing that's cool about this one, I think this is like a European or French game or something. French designers, but like you know how to play Magic, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So like in this game, there's like a pool of mana in the middle, and then like if you take the mana for the turn, then that gives the opponent more mana or something. It's kind of a crazy thing. It's on Tabletop Simulator like everything else right now, but I think it's going to be shipped off pretty soon.
Nice.
And then Back Alley Mages. I backed that one. That's a dice rolling, dice slinging TCG thing. That one's real cool from what they got. It's like, and that one is made by like an actual couple, a actually married couple.
Oh,
and,
cool.
Yeah, like, and they did everything themselves. So like they're really grounds roots guys right there. Back Alley Mages. Looking forward to that one. And then the fun thing about that one is like they got like it's all different colored dice with different colored dice pip dots on it. So like because the cards like they relate to the color of the dice and the color of the pips. I kind of did something like that with my game that I'm doing now. My little card game. I kind of did something like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What was the one that came yesterday?
The one that came yesterday was this Galamons. It's like cartoony mechas, cartoony mechs, kind of like I'll be doing a video on it soon. I gotta take it out of the packaging. But then again, like, with these Kickstarters, I didn't get a whole bunch of it. So like on some of these things, I kind of just leave them sealed. But hopefully I had the foresight to get 2 of them and then open one and then keep one unopened for later.
Yeah. If people go and watch the Board Game Insight that we did last month, you can see pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And Marcus has just sheds and multiple sheds full of games, and most of them are unopened. And yeah, it's crazy. It was cool.
This I do. And man, there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. I don't just got them all right here, but more than anything, I got a lot of TCGs coming.
Yeah,
I kind of really love the TCGs. But yeah,
that's cool. I like that. I feel like if I had more time, I'd get into more TCGs because they can be kind of time sucks, right?
I mean, it's all in how you do them. Like a lot of people, you got your TCGs, just like the all-encompassing term, but then there's LCGs, and then just kind of all self-contained ECGs, and then like if you just kind of just play like with the starter set, then it's all good. But like a lot of people with a TCG mindset, they just gotta build the best deck. They just can't play with the starter set for some reason. So then that's when it becomes a time suck. But if you can be satisfied with just playing like the starter set, then you're all good to go.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yep.
I mean, like I do the Marvel Champions and Arkham Horror, which are both the LCGs. I like that better because then I know I'm getting like all the cards. I don't have to like try and buy packs to get, these rare finds and whatnot. But at the same time, that's like still a pretty penny. Every time one of these packs comes out, it adds up.
Oh yeah.
And
man, those co-ops though.
Yeah, right.
But do you kind of prefer co-op LCGs to competitive, and why is that?
I think I've always preferred co-op just because growing up with my siblings, we didn't really like playing versus games, like when we would play video games. And so anytime there was a co-op game, we would like rent it at Blockbuster or buy it when we were older. And we pretty much would try any co-op game. And so I think it's just kind of that upbringing of me and my brothers wanting to play like through stories and stuff together rather than against each other. So
interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. What about you? You're more versus, right?
Way more versus.
Yeah.
And then I hate whenever like it's like a king. Well, I mean, and then I hate it when there's like the quarterbacking type of deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That just I might as well just be playing competitive and just mean you can go at it. I mean,
you can't tell me what to do here.
Yeah.
We'll see who's smarter on this one. Yeah, I definitely agree. It's really fun to try and outwit your opponent, and like my wife is not. She gets really, really competitive, and so I think when she doesn't win, it's a lot more of a letdown.
Oh man!
And so we tend to play co-op as well, so that there's not like hurt feelings.
Okay. Yep. Crazy.
Yeah, but we do enjoy a good like competitive game too.
Okay, cool. So what's you and the wife's favorite? I know I knew this, but what was that again?
Oh man, what is our favorite now? I haven't.
I
Ooh.
know you guys were big into Pandemic Legacy. I know that one.
Yeah. Pandemic Legacy is probably one of our favorite experiences playing through that because
Yep.
it's co-op and it's got a fun story you go through and stayed up playing it late. We still haven't even really started season 0, so we need to do that. But we know once we're done with it, it's like now we're done with Pandemic. I don't know that we'll go back to Pandemic unless something really big changes.
Surely they'll make a season 3, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or I never played the season 2, so maybe it's really over. So I don't know.
There's 3 seasons, so there's like 1, 2, and season 0.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean,
the
proper season 3/4. Yeah.
That would be cool. I like what they did with 0. My wife's kind of iffy on it because she's like, oh, it's so different. But I think it's fun that they changed it.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. Are there any co-ops that you do like?
Any co-ops that I do like? I was playing that what is that little card game? That trick-taking game with like 50 missions. The Crew, yeah. Like my dude from the game designer group, he had a Wednesday group we used to meet, and then for some reason he stopped doing it recently. But like we were getting into The Crew, but then
nice.
I mean, haven't revisited that in a while, so
yeah,
The Crew's great.
Yeah, I like that one. It's fun because you can lose fast and then try again, or just play a bunch of missions in like the course of a half hour. And, yeah, challenging.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we like that one. There's so many good ones, and there's always more coming out. That's the problem with this hobby.
That's the greatness about this hobby, yeah.
That's true. It's true. I don't want them to stop coming out. I just want more money so I can afford them all.
That would be ideal. And some more time.
And more time to play. That's actually, honestly, probably the even bigger problem, right? Like, you've got sheds full of games, and how much time do you actually get to play?
Oh, yeah, we just talked about the self-esteem, so we already know.
Yep.
Yep.
So, what out? Is there anything you want to talk specifically about board games before we move on?
Board games. So much with the board games. What specifically, though, about the board games?
Well, you went to... did you go to Gen Con, was it?
Yeah, I just went to Gen Con, yeah. Gen Con was great. My first time. Met up with the board game captain. We played the game. Still got to drop that video. I wish I could have spent more time out there, but we really only spent like Friday and Saturday there, and then that was it. So, I mean, would have loved to be there the whole time. There was just so much to see, so much to do.
Oh yeah. Did you?
Then, like, I hear that there was like a whole arena area, like with the game library. I didn't see any of that. It's crazy.
Oh man, that's one of my favorite parts about going to a convention is just we'll go and we'll do like a quick walkthrough of booths and stuff, but overall we just like go grab games from the library and try them out. Yeah, that's so fun to me.
Yeah, I'm thinking about heading out to that BGG Con. I think that's in November. So
yeah,
I mean, that was actually my first convention. I think in 2018. I actually worked that one, and then I demoed which ones did I demo? I demoed Catan, the Crop Trade, I think, and then I demoed this what was that? Not Hanabi, but something like Hanabi. Yeah, it's kind of a game that kind of came and went.
Yeah.
And then I demoed something else, but that was the year that Keyforge actually came out. And then but then I talked to Eric Lang a little bit, talked to Ambi. Ambi was real cool. Saw like a few other people. So great year, great time.
And that's a BGG Con. Is it pretty? I mean, which is bigger, Gen Con or BGG Con? Do you know?
Oh, Gen Con, definitely. But,
okay.
But BGG Con, it's in my old city, Dallas. So,
oh, nice.
So that was always nice, real close to the house. So,
yeah. Did they change it this year?
I heard something about. I know like a local guy from one of my groups. He's going this year, but I know like it used to be kind of by the airport. But then I hear tell that they moved to downtown, which I don't know if that's very smart, but so I don't know, like if they're back at the airport, like, or back downtown now. Not quite sure.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I know a couple of conventions like left states that were taking out like or that were passing abortion laws and stuff, and so they were like trying to separate themselves from those states and not give those cities business. So okay. I didn't know if BGG-Con was doing that, but
yeah, I forget what happened, but I think when we went to Indianapolis, Indiana was talking about. I mean, they were talking about something about they just passed some kind of detestable law they were talking about, but
yeah,
I kind of forget what it was about. Yeah. Did you hear about that one?
I think so.
Yeah, I kind of forget exactly what it was concerning, but yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on right now. So, but board games, nice escape.
Board games, the great escape.
Yeah, and uniting us. I think we get to play games and just have fun and be able to chat at the table and have quality time together.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it really get too hot and heated at the board game table. So
yeah,
now that I think about it, yeah. That's always a great thing, yeah.
Yeah, except for Monopoly. Somebody's always cheating at Monopoly. That's always going to get hot, but...
Oh, yeah.
Well, what outside of board games do you do?
Oh, what outside of board games? Man, that's a good question. Man, I am really all about the board games. What else do I do?
Yeah.
I kind of attend the gym, but I'm kind of like in a fall off season now that I'm really kind of work at this. Now that I'm trying to really work on this game for real, but I go to the gym and not too much else, man. I'm really a board game guy, board game, card game guy. But yeah.
All right, I know something because you texted me about Last Man on Earth, so I think you're a TV guy too.
Man, I mean, the funny thing about it actually is like, for the most part, I don't even watch TV until it's time to list on eBay.
Oh, really?
So like when I pile up hundreds and hundreds of things to list on eBay, then I'll binge watch some stuff. But like outside of that, I don't really watch too much.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm a TV guy, but I've bbeen kind of off of it for a little while, but I'm back on it right now. So yeah.
Yeah, while you're listing things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know you recommended the new season of The Orville, and I started that today, which I'm like, yes.
Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, yeah. So how'd you like that first episode?
It was good. Man, that was crazy.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but yeah, like, that was heavier than I expected. And I feel like, because they transitioned from Fox to Hulu, and I feel like the quality of the show actually went up quite a bit.
Maybe a little bit, but like that first episode, I don't care about spoiling it because I mean you really should have already watched it. But that ship that they were that new ship that was so zippy and everything. I really don't see what was so impressive about that new ship. Do you see what was so impressive about that new ship?
I kept expecting them to like tie back to that or use it for something like without being too spoilery here. Like they needed a decoy, and I was like, oh, they're going to use that ship. And then they didn't use that ship. And I was like, what is the point of introducing this ship? If like, I mean, maybe they use it later, but it didn't seem that impressive. I was right there with you.
And then now that I think about it, okay, I just completed my first rewatch of seasons 1 and 2, just like last week or something. And then the whole reason I kind of did that was to see why everybody was so mad at Isaac from season 2. Did it really make sense to you why they were so mad at Isaac?
That seemed a little...
I'm just now thinking of it right now. Yeah, I'm thinking about it right now, and it kind of doesn't make sense because I just watched it. Why was everybody so mad at Isaac?
Yeah.
In season 2.
In season
I guess I got to rewatch that. Yeah.
I think it's the finale of season 2 that there's like some big war happening and battle, and and so his people killed a bunch of people, and so it's kind of like a, like, well, your people killed us, so we're mad at you, like we don't want you here type thing. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, refresh my memory real quick though. But that last episode of season 2, that was when they're in like the alternate timeline, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't remember.
So why are they mad at Isaac now? Yeah. So why are they mad at Isaac on season 3? I don't know. Weird. I might have to do a third watch. I don't know, because that was really the whole reason why I watched the season 1 and 2 again. But
because that's a big thing, yeah.
Yeah.
The Orville's great though. I love it. I think it's a fun show. Like, I think it's super clever. It's like when you have a comedy writer, because Seth MacFarlane, like you got Jordan Peele, right? Who does the Nope and
the Get Out and the Us.
Get Out, and it's just like they come up, their comedy, like them for comedy, and then all of a sudden they have like these brilliant ideas for some weird concept. And I think that Seth MacFarlane does that for this show. Like, there's definitely comedy throughout it, but there's also like, whoa, that was like a really interesting take on this.
Oh yeah,
situation.
And then like part of my sci-fi kick, I finally just watched Galaxy Quest the other day too. So that was pretty darn good. Galaxy Quest was great. How have I been sleeping on that this long?
Yeah. That's one of my wife's favorite. She hates sci-fi shows and she loves Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah, great stuff. They need to bring that back somehow.
I know. I guess before Alan Rickman died, they were like in talks to do, I think it might have been like a TV series or something.
Oh man, that would have been great.
I know.
Alan Rickman. Which guy is Alan Rickman? I know that name, but I'm not sure about the guy.
He's the he's like Snape in Harry Potter.
Okay.
He's
okay.
He plays.
Okay,
like
he was the guy with the face mask. Okay.
Yeah,
man, that guy's gone. Okay. Oh man, that sucks. Okay. Man, Snape is dead. Oh man, it sucks.
Yeah.
2016. Oh, okay, that's a long time ago.
It was a while back. Yeah.
Okay. But no more OG Harry Potter cast. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, Galaxy Quest. He's amazing in that. I forget, like, Tony Shalhoub's in that, and like there's quite a few actors that I really enjoy in that show.
Tony Shalhoub, is that Monk?
Yeah, Monk.
Yeah, Monk.
Nice.
Good old Monk.
Yeah. See, you're into. Is sci-fi your general jam, do you think?
Yeah, that's one of my jams. I like the horror. I like the fantasy. Bunch of stuff.
Nice.
For sure.
I think I have.
But yeah, sci-fi is one of the top ones.
Yeah, me too.
You've got the hardest time with what?
Horror.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Why is that?
I think it's just it's hard to like. It just gets in my head, and then I like start imagining it everywhere. And where sci-fi, like, it gets stuck in my head, and I imagine it everywhere. But that's more fun, like, oh, what if we could fly ships over here? What if we could teleport? Like whatever it is.
No, yeah.
But where it's like, what if there's some demon? Although there's definitely horror shows that I like. Like Supernatural was great, and I never finished it, but yeah, there's quite a few.
That's got like 1 million seasons, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been recommended that more than once. I need to check that out at some point.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. But yeah, do you like, is horror like a second for you?
Yeah, I don't want to say, man, would it be second? And probably comedy second or something. Oh, probably comedy second, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good choice.
Yep. Good old stuff.
Well, do you want to do ridiculous theme now?
Ridiculous theme? Sounds good. Let's do the ridiculous theme.
So we each come up with a ridiculous... For listeners, if you don't know, we come up with a ridiculous theme for a board game. It can be silly or whatever. It doesn't mean dumb or bad or anything. It's just something we think would be kind of a silly, fun theme. Did you already come up with one?
Not at all.
Nice. I'll go first then if you want a little time to think.
That'll work.
Okay. So you're wearing a Nickelodeon shirt, and I keep seeing Reptar pop up. And I think back about, I don't know if it was in the Rugrats movie or something, but there was like Reptar the musical. And so that got me thinking about doing like you're a monster, but you're trying to rebrand, right? Like you're Dracula and you've been known to suck people's blood, but now like you want to come out as like you want to be able to go out in public and not be shunned or stakes or torches and pitchforks at you. So you just play as different monsters and try to rebrand yourself to become more friendly to the public.
Pretty good premise. I like that.
Yeah. No mechanics or anything in mind necessarily, but I could see a couple different things, like probably some sort of progress tracker for your reputation that you could go up and down depending on what kind of things you do. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a great one. Man, real quick before I go into mine, your boy who made Spirit Island,
yeah,
he probably came up with the best one of those, right?
He did a really good one. He came up with like 2 or 3, I think. His was crazy because he was just like improvising it right there and then would workshop it. And I was like, man, I want this. Like, I want this to be like a TV show or I want this to be a game. It was a fun one.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, man, I mean, you said Rugrats. All I can think is Rugrats right now. So, do you remember that episode of Rugrats where Grandpa Lou, he's rented the videos from the video store, and then he's got one for the kids, and then he's got one for himself. Lonely, I think it's called Lonely Space Vixens.
Yeah.
Gotta do.
Do they swap the tapes accidentally on that one?
I don't recall, no. But that should be something. But that's the premise I'm thinking, though. Gotta keep the innocent stuff for the kids and keep them away from the salacious stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Type of game like that. Yeah. Video collection or something.
I love that. I always think about like, my, so many friends with kids are like, oh, I really want to watch Game of Thrones, but I can't watch it. Like that's the type of show you can't watch with your kids walking into the room. And so that's a really funny, cool concept to be like, you've got to protect your kids' innocence, but you also want to like consume this media that you enjoy.
Yeah. Maybe some kind of programming game or something, and maybe you set your stuff, but the kids go where they want to go or something, and you can only hide it in so many places. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Almost like a hide and seek against an automated deck or something.
That sounds pretty cool.
Or one person plays as the kids, and maybe they have like a different objective that's not like get the contraband, it's not like get into dad's stuff, but whatever their objective is, they might uncover these hidden things that you've hidden around and so you have to like protect that stuff. And at the end of the game, like, I don't know how that would work after so many rounds or something, whoever's accomplished the most, or, maybe it's like, that could be interesting as it comes together.
Most points or most secret missions or something, or
maybe like the parents start with like X amount of points. So let's just say 100 to be easy. So like the parents start with 100 points and the kids start with 0 points. And as the kids find these things and complete other objectives, they start gaining points. But as they like find something of the parents, they lose points. And so at the end, whoever has more points wins.
Oh yeah, man. Do you happen to watch that YouTuber Meat Canyon by any chance?
No, I don't even know who that is.
Okay, so this is a guy. He makes really, really excellent cartoons, like parody cartoons. And then one time he did like a Rugrats one, and then there's just all kind of crazy scenarios going on. But it's like definitely got to check out Meat Canyon. Okay. But that would plug in well to this game though.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
I imagine there's probably some people who could do some pretty talented, like old animation style fairly easily nowadays.
Oh yeah. I
don't know, man. There's got to be programs that could bust that out.
And yeah, I mean, have you seen the new thing with art?
Oh yeah,
lately,
automated like AI generated art.
Yeah, I think our boy John Oliver did an episode on that recently, right?
Oh, really? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I want to say so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I'll probably look that up right after we finish talking because I would love to see that.
Yeah, because I was thinking about for this game, like, what if I just cheaped out and got the AI generated art instead of actually kind of paying for some art? Yeah. But surely it couldn't be that easy.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty hard. I have such mixed feelings about AI generated art because, I think artists are very like talented. They put a lot of effort and work into it, and they should be paid fairly and all that. Like, I really think that. But when you're starting out, like, you don't have hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars, depending on how much art you need, tens of thousands of dollars, whatever it is. Like, you don't have that kind of budget for like your little game, right? Like for your starting game. So being able to do, I don't know, it seems like an accessibility thing, like saying that only people who can pay artists or make the art themselves should be able to make games. And I don't think that's fair. And so I think this could help like ease that gap, as long as I think the ultimate goal is to be like, well, I want to be able to hire and commission people to make art for my game and, be able to give that feedback and get it just right. And yeah, that's kind of my feelings on it.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, Judgment Day is coming one way or the other, so there's really no way to stop it, but yeah.
Yeah. We got Skynet coming in, right?
Cyberdyne Systems, oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
And I guess what's the latest with your designs and everything?
Actually, for a fun little challenge on somebody else's podcast, Fun Organized, he had us make a game based on like he had a couple of episodes where he did ancient games, and so they would talk about like games that they found in tombs, and that they find these game pieces and boards or whatever it is, and then it's like, well, how do they deduce like, oh, this is how this was played, and so he got a couple of components that could have been found in tombs and some maybe optional components, and just sent it to me and Tim from Board Game Hot Takes, and we like compiled a game, and each of us did our own design. So I'm excited. I can't really say what it is because you'll have to listen to that Organized Fun episode, but I'm excited. That was a fun like design exercise for me. It got me in the mood to like get back on my designs again.
Oh yeah.
So, but it's an abstract idea.
Okay, abstract. Okay, so kind of like a checkers or kind of like something like that?
Yeah, kind of abstract like that.
Okay, nice. You ever played the Royal Game of Ur?
No.
Board Game Captain did a big video on that, but just one of those ancient games. But yeah.
Oh.
But then they gotta kind of, like you said, kind of piece together how they think it was played, but I guess nobody's really certainly sure, but yeah.
Yeah. It's like, how can you be sure? I mean, you could take any abstract game from or even something that's very thematic, and just take out the rule book and be like, all right, here's the pieces. You decide how it plays. And you could give that to 100 people and have it play 100 different ways.
Nobody certainly knows.
Yeah.
The world may never know, like Tootsie Roll Pops. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I won't steal this thunder from you because you came up with this question. So why don't you go ahead and ask it?
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about this last time, but when do you think, and do you think, if ever, there will be like more of a mass adoption of hobby board games by the American populace? kind of like when Texas Hold'em went crazy back in 2005 or so.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll ever happen?
I definitely think it's been happening sort of, but not necessarily on that large of a scale. But like certain games definitely get attention, like Wingspan. We talked about this, but listeners haven't heard this. But like Wingspan, you start seeing it on like British television or like TV shows. You see it on like mentioned in commercials, or just even celebrities. Mandy Patinkin, who's on like Criminal Minds the first 2 seasons, and he was like had a video of him like figuring out how to play it and him cursing out the game and being like, "Oh, this is so hard. This doesn't make sense." And then at the end, he's like, "That was fun. I'll play this again. Can't wait to play it again." But then like other things too, where like Superstore, the TV show, they like featured on a lot of their end caps, or a lot of their conversations would happen in front of like Roll for the Galaxy. And so I feel like it's starting to bleed in, and it's only a matter of time before it's like gets bigger and bigger. Oh, well, and I mean, they're making a Settlers of Catan movie.
Oh man, okay, they are. Okay.
At least that's what I heard. Maybe that's not true. I guess I should confirm that before I just spread that around. But yeah, I heard that they're making a Settlers of Catan movie.
I mean, makes sense why they would do it.
Yeah. And they're remaking like a Clue movie.
Wow.
Yeah. But what do you think? I mean, do you think there's like a time frame? Do you think it will happen?
The biggest I've seen it, like I've never watched Community or the other shows, but I guess I saw it like Dominion in Big Bang and such. I think. Oh yeah. Maybe Catan in Big Bang Theory, but I mean, like, because I try to actively recruit people to come out to this 2-Player Tuesdays, and then it's just kind of hard, like getting a normie, what they call them, normies, to come out. But yeah, I mean, people just aren't really interested. But I mean, it's plenty interesting to me. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to get people. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I mean, like Magic the Gathering right now, they're soaring on the fact that Post Malone plays Magic, and I guess that may be converting a few people. But man, yeah, I would think we would need like a big celebrity or something to really go head first with it. But
yeah. Well, there are some, but they don't like. I would love to have Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell. Oh my gosh! Now I'm
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell, right?
Okay, let me look up Kristen Bell. Who's Kristen Bell?
From like, Veronica Mars, The Good Place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the show was big. Never watched it myself.
Yeah.
But Kristen Bell, she's a board game advocate, or?
Yeah, like her and her husband, Dax Shepard, they both love board games, apparently. I always fantasize about inviting them onto the show to get to know them as board gamers. On Lost, Hurley, the guy, oh gosh, now I'm spacing his name. Jorge Garcia. He's apparently really big into board games. Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, he's really into board games. So there's people that do it, but we need them to be like a little more public about it, and like maybe go to these events at Gen Con or something and be like, "Oh, hey, come play this new game with Daniel Radcliffe." You got Will Wheaton, right? Will Wheaton was bringing in lots of celebrities on his channel.
Yeah, like that tabletop. Why did that stop, by any chance? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm still upset that it doesn't go on, because he had so many awesome guests on there, and I loved the format of that show. So good.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of changing the game, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And you had, they were playing games with, Karen Gillian and, I am blanking on celebrities. It's been a long time since I've watched tabletop, but, I don't know. I wish that kind of thing, if he could have gotten put onto, a channel or even, a Netflix show or a Hulu show where just weekly episodes of of exactly what that is. I bet that would have drawn in so many people if it was like not on YouTube. If we could get that on a main like a streaming platform like that. I guess YouTube's gone that way too now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because like 2005, 2006, like, Texas Hold'em Poker, that was getting on all type of late night TV, and
yeah,
that was really drawing people in and getting the people out there. But maybe one day.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll come eventually. The pandemic definitely helped out a lot. I mean, I hate to say that. They're like, very sadly, the pandemic happened, but a lot of people were looking for entertainment that they could do at home, and especially like family time. And so they started looking into board games and getting board games. So I know a lot of people started into the hobby during the pandemic.
Definitely. But didn't do so great for my freaking board game design group, though. But what do you do?
Yeah, same. That is a tragedy. But what do you think it would take? Do you think it's just like celebrity? Do you think that's what celebrity endorsements or more public like engagement with celebrities on board games?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to take some real big celebrity endorsement.
Yeah. Perhaps
Will Smith could redeem himself by becoming a real big board game advocate or something, like,
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could also see like big movies doing. Although when you think about like, I don't know if it would translate well because. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties, so if audio is a little bit different, that's why. But I was talking about board games that are made out of movies necessarily draw in a huge crowd, right? Like there was Jumanji, and then they made the actual Jumanji game, and I don't think that drew in that many people into the board gaming hobby.
Not at all. Funny thing, I actually sold that Zathura game, the like follow up to Jumanji. Yeah. So that one was
yeah. Well, I mean, hey, that means I guess somebody wanted it, right?
I mean, somebody's better than nobody. But yeah.
So I don't know that making a board game movie, if you made Settlers of Catan into a movie, if people would be like, well, let's go and play Settlers of Catan. And then that would be like, oh, how'd you get into the hobby? Oh, I watched the Settlers of Catan movie and now I'm, I went and got it and now I'm hooked. Like, I don't know if that'll happen.
Yeah, I kind of Googled it. It says Catan the movie will be a thing, roll for crit, October 17, 2017. So, I don't know.
Oh, that's forever ago. Wow, okay. Another podcast, Board Game Hot Takes, their last episode was 10 games you'd like to see made into like movies or TV shows. And I've done that actually on my podcast too, where I asked I just put out a Twitter question of like, oh, what game do you think would be a good movie or TV show? And like maybe certain ones would, like Arkham Horror.
Oh, yeah.
I think that could draw people in. Like if a good Arkham Horror TV series, I think that'd be amazing.
That would be a great one.
So maybe, who knows, maybe it would translate. Maybe if enough of them were out there, people would be like, whoa, that movie was really good. What's the game about? What's the game like?
Yeah, and then like looking up stuff, like I did see like a 2022 article, but then it also says first came Battleship in that Battleship movie with Rihanna. I don't think that one was too hot.
Wait, what? I thought that the Battleship movie was like Pacific Rim. Wasn't Pacific Rim Battleship? I don't know. I never saw it.
Yeah, they had a 2012 Battleship movie.
Oh, that's right. That one had Channing. Does that one have Channing Tatum in it?
Taylor Kitsch, Peter Berg, Brooklyn Decker.
Oh.
And Rihanna, I remember, and Liam Neeson. Man, that's a long time ago. 22.
Oh, Liam Neeson. That's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole 10 years ago, yeah.
But then that's also like going with classic games. Like I think, Clue, people have already played that. Like we played that as a kid. That's not what brought us into the hobby as an adult. It wasn't like, oh, remember Clue? I wish I had something like that now.
Oh, yeah. What's the modern day Battleship? I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
Something Alert or something. Man, I have a copy or something. Never played it.
It's a new, like it's a board game update on Battleship?
Yeah, it's like you can have a bunch of people playing it at the same time.
Oh, is it? Are you talking about like Solar
Yeah,
Sonar, Captain
Sonar,
Sonar?
Captain Sonar. Yeah, yeah.
I've heard that's really fun. And that seems like a good party game because I think you can have like 8 players or something,
Oh yeah.
4 players per team, and you're trying to like strategize with your team and listen to the other team and make corrections and or, like figure out exactly how you're going to hit them. Or yeah, that one sounds interesting.
Yeah. But probably wouldn't translate to the big screen.
Yeah, you would just have one ship, or you would show both sides of the ship and or like 2 different ships, submarines attacking each other and being like, "Did we hit? No, we didn't hit. Let's try again. All right."
And not an hour plus, I don't think.
I think there's definitely some games that could draw in a crowd for a movie. Wingspan is like a really big one, but I can't imagine Wingspan a movie. Maybe a documentary that is just like showing the birds of the game and the inspiration, and so you just learn about the birds featured in the game. I don't know.
Great documentary, probably not a great theatrical release, but yeah, great documentary.
Exactly. In a world where birds occupy habitats.
They roll dice and get certain resources. What resources will come up on the dice?
And then they all have different actions, right? So then in your engine building, your birds are working together to.
Can you build your tableau the fastest?
Oh my goodness! But for real, I wonder if we get like commercials. Though most people stream, but if you were watching YouTube and a commercial popped up that was just that type of thing, like in a world where like, and then it's introducing Wingspan and it's showing people playing it like the old, I remember old commercials of Clue or whatever, Battleship, those Hasbro games. Sorry. Oh, I remember lots of Sorry commercials.
Sorry commercials. I'm trying to think of how those things went.
Or Trouble. No, it was Trouble, which is similar to Sorry. And they would have like the popper right in the middle for the dice, and they'd be like, "Uh-oh, you're in trouble."
Oh, yeah.
You have to go all the way back.
Oh, yeah. Trouble, the Pop-O-Matic bubble.
So I wonder if, I don't know. I wonder if any modern companies have tried doing commercials.
That is a good point.
Like big public commercials. Air it during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh my gosh. You get like, you get some big, you get The Rock, Dwayne Johnson in there, and he's playing Wingspan in a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it would take, but yeah, I guess it's just not that big business yet, but.
Now I'm fascinated. Like, I just want that kind of thing to happen and see if it makes a dent in it at all.
Surely it would, but yeah. But you see it coming, though. That's what you say.
Yeah. I think it'll come. I think it's just a matter of time. I think it's already like, instead of it being like a boom, it's just kind of a slow build.
Okay. Do you know like exactly how big it is in Germany? Because I know like it's bigger than it is here, right?
Yeah, I don't know how big it is there, but right, it is. I mean, that's like where gaming started, sort of thing, right? Like or modernish gaming.
Yeah, Euro gaming and all such.
Yeah. I wonder how big it is over there. Like, if it's way more common and way more events. Like even we hear about the big events over there. Do they do a bunch of small events too? Is there like big communities in that area? I don't know.
We got the power of the internet here, but they it seems like kind of a little bit more intensive research though.
Yeah, that's a deeper dive. All right. Well, I think we're good. Unless there's anything else you got.
They were pretty good. But man, I mean, your designs again, one more time, pester you about that. But you coming close to completion on anything?
No, not even close.
No.
Yeah. I told you, like, I have a design about like, oh man, okay. So I recently played Star Wars Outer Rim, And I had a game that I was designing that was originally like pick up and deliver in outer space. And then I played Outer Rim and I was like, why am I designing a game? This game's like Outer Rim is what I want. Like, so now I feel like I should just abandon that other one. But it's more simple and has some like variance. But
Okay, yeah. And there's always room for more simplicity.
yeah. And so I'm like, well, maybe I'll get back to it. But after playing Outer Rim, I'm just like, I feel a little, I don't feel down about my game. I'm just excited to have a game that like really works and is really exciting to play.
Oh, yeah. You play the expansion?
Yeah, I just played it last week, which is really good.
Okay.
Anyways, plug your stuff though. Let's hear it.
Oh yeah. Check me out. Subscribe on YouTube. I got Foyo Games, Foyo space games, and then I've also got the Foyo Flips for my YouTube channel. Thinking about doing this podcast thing. I got one episode in the can.
Do you?
Yeah, I got one episode in the can. I put it on the YouTube channel, but I'll think about it. I don't know. But
you should. I always, there's so much room here. What kind of podcasting are you thinking about doing? What's the one in
one of my guy that I'm a fan of on YouTube, he came out with a game, like it's on Kickstarter now. Check it out right now, 2-player dueling card game called Hyper Jukin. And then pretty much I went over his game and everything, and so maybe something along the lines of that, because I kind of learned these new games that aren't out yet or that have print and plays or whatever. And then, while I'm doing that, I could go ahead and interview the creators as well. So, something else to do. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's fun getting to chat with people, so I get it. That's why I do this show.
Being part of the board game community. Nothing better. Thanks for having me, Riley. It's been a blast.
Yeah. Thank you, Marcus.
Maybe one day after I actually finish the game, I can come back or something. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds good.
Perfect. I think I might just close out here too and say, you can follow me on @RiledNerd on Twitter. And if you like the show, rate and review it. After that, that's it. Until next time, keep nerding out. And then, at the very end, I started having people share like a fond memory related to board games. I forgot to tell you that.
Oh, yeah. All right. Funny thing, dude was talking about they got a Magic documentary coming out, and then I commented this last night, so it's fresh on my mind. So during my Uber driving days, there was like 4 moms that hopped in the car, and then I took them home from whatever event that they were at, and then one of the moms, she was saying how her son was troubled and he doesn't have friends, and he's talking about all these dangerous things he might get into, high schooler, teen. And then I was like, yeah, so what you need to do is you need to, and this kid might be like an outcast or whatever, you need to take this kid to the local game store, get him some Magic cards, if nothing else. And then she was with it. And then, lo and behold, the next day or maybe next week or whatever, I got the best glaring review that I've ever gotten, 5-star, whatever it was, and all kind of praise showered upon me. And then I think she took the advice, and then I think it might have turned that kid's life around. So A1 stuff right there.